Hello everybody, this is Leo S. Luna once again with another video, this time totally unscripted. Of course, talking about Ferrari releases which are completely packed, a bunch of releases that we all been waiting for during years, but it's time, and it's time to talk about them all here. So before start, please let me know in the comments which of these releases you're waiting the most, which of those you never heard of and you're interested. Please like, share, and subscribe. So let us start now. Life is Strange Remastered Collection is this, of course, a remaster of this beautiful narrative adventure game. I can't recommend it enough to everyone who really likes this coming of age story with supernatural elements where you take choices of whether you save your best friend or not. This time, each of the characters of this franchise are exceptional, not only because of her personality, but because of her powers. This time, Max Caulfield is the one that travels through time in order to save his best friend from childhood, and it's an awesome game. If you like this deep dive story like we have with social, cultural, and political topics to talk about, this is a great game that really has the guts and sincerity to speak these topics that none other video games really do. So yeah, as a newcomer, I totally recommend it. They pretty much change to 4K and 60 FPS. They enhance animations, they synchronize the voiceover with animations as well. For me as a fan, I think I'll wait because there's a ton of games to play before. But if you can't wait to replay this game back again, I mean, I can't recommend it enough. Like, please give it a try. Dying Light 2, I mean, years of development. I believe like 2 or 3 delays we have during announcement, and it's finally here. For people who never tried out, it's basically an action RPG, first person adventure, open world, zombie, post apocalyptic. I guess that's pretty much that wraps it up. But this is a sequel, you don't have to play the first one. And in this one, you definitely are picking up choices around characters that survived the events of the first game, which I believe it's 20 years later. And what is so special about this game that not other games do have like that much, especially on the open world like subgenre, is the way you traverse vertically. Like, there's some level of verticality that simply you cannot see elsewhere. What's up everybody, just a quick update in regards of Dying Light 2. Already tried out with a friend on PS5. Quality mode, 30 FPS, 1080p, ray tracing, looking awesome. It's playing nice, I believe. It has some bugs here and there, but they are not that annoying as many people may think. And yeah, it's pretty cool to take choices with your friend with these side missions and principal story missions, and also finding your way on the city, trying to traverse through it and making your own parkour style and your own combat melee style. It's not that sophisticated. Overall, I don't think it's a 9.5 or a 9. It's between an 8 or an 8.5, but it's pretty cool. It's looking good, and I can't wait for you to try it out if you have friends, or if you love zombies, or if you love action RPG games. Yeah, if you check all those 3, then you're good to go. OlliOlli World. Believe it or not, this is one of my most anticipated games of this year. And the reason is because I've been thinking on trying out OlliOlli franchise for a while. It's basically an arcade sports skating game, very arcade to say the least, but this time, OlliOlli World, it's more like Super Mario World. So you're traversing to this, I don't know, this original art style, open design, open world and you have different missions and you have to do different tricks, more like on the street skating genre over ramp. So I really love skating, I really love arcade. This looks pretty cool because you can play it like in small chunks of time, you know. Probably recommended to play it on the Switch. And of course, well, I don't know if you heard of this, but Danny Trejo, it's on the damn game. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's there. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this game, and let's see how it goes. Rumbleverse. Nothing to say about this game because I'm not pretty keen to battle royale genre, but it's basically a battle royale fighting wrestling game. So basically, I don't know how many players they are, but it looks fun. I mean, the only exception that I could say is that I really like to try every fighting game in the business, and it's being developed by Iron Galaxy. Iron Galaxy are the folks who previously developed Killer Instinct Season 2 and 3, and thereafter they've been purchased by Amazon. They didn't do like almost anything, but now they are releasing this game with Epic Games, and they are helping Naughty Dog to release Uncharted Collection on PC, which is pretty strange. We haven't seen them a lot in a while. I wonder if they ever going to be purchased by Sony now that Sony is in a rush with this. But yeah, all in all, it looks interesting, but not in my complete taste. Sifu, it's from Slow Clap, a French studio that previously released Absolver, and it was a pretty fun action RPG third person with martial arts that plays similar to Dark Souls in that sense. This time it feels more like a fighting game, but roguelike, you know? Each time you enter like a dungeon per se, you have to face different enemies and such, but if you die, you get older, but wiser, and with more abilities that you learn through your path. So I think I may not try it like February, but I believe it's going to be a great game if you really love things such as Sleeping Dogs or Devolver Digital Games, something like that, you know. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good one if you are into fighting games. And yeah, this is a pretty strange title, CrossfireX. Most of us haven't heard of Crossfire, but this is a sequel to a very highly popular first-person shooter over in Asia. Well, the studio partners with Remedy and Xbox Studios to release CrossfireX exclusively on Xbox Series X. Yeah, it's weird. The campaign it's been developed by Remedy, which is one of my all-time favorite video game studios. I would love to see how a first-person shooter made by Remedy. It will be fun. It looks more like a Call of Duty campaign, but I can say anything else. Multiplayer looks fun. I believe this will be like a blind bet, more even so considering that this game will be available on Game Pass. So I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out, I guess. But it's just this strange mashup that doesn't occur that often. Edge of Eternity is this action RPG third-person camera point of view made previously on PC. I believe that if you're keen to play Genshin Impact or probably Fire Emblem or Tales, the Tales of Sirius is the more similar to, I think you might like it. One thing to say is that this is a debuting studio. This is their first video game so far, my knowledge. Debuting studios with new IPs looking good. It's almost like a good bet. And you can check it out on reviews on Steam if you like. But yeah, pretty cool. And this is a doozy. The whole Kingdom Hearts saga will be released on Switch. But be careful, because this is not physical, this is not digital downloaded on your Switch, this will be on the cloud. Yes, so you require an internet connection to play all these games all the time. I do not recommend it if you do not have a stable connection. However, I did previously check Control Ultimate Edition on the Switch and Hitman 3, at least demos, and they were fine. I mean, they were okay. There's already a demo for you to try it out, if you will. Oh, there will be. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt for me that it is on the cloud. It's not me. It's not my property. It's not like digital content. It's a property of mine anyways. But yeah, kind of strange, especially because we have seen games of Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo consoles, and 1 and 2 games, the first 2 games, I believe they could run pretty much well on the Switch, but okay. Lost Ark, it's a CRPG, I can call it, or an ARPG MMO, similar to Diablo or Path of Exile, which was previously a paid game, you know, but now it's free to play. The reason why I pointed out in the list, it was because, you know, there's a lot of people waiting for Diablo 4, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you can still play Path of Exile. You can try Lost Ark if you own a PC, you know. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. So this game, it's pretty much similar to the Musu genre, where you pick a guy, third-person action, and pretty much defeat like 1,000 enemies on a giant area. The difference here is that you can basically control your army depending on where you are. But my problem here with this is that I don't believe there's enough of a change, and I prefer to recommend previous games from the franchise other than this, like previous games from Dynasty Warriors. Hell, I even recommend more the Samurai Warriors and Warriors Orochi, and even Hyrule Warriors or Persona 5 Strikers. I mean, there are a lot of games that could be better choice with less of a price, but I mean, it's your call, you know? So King of Fighters 15. Okay, so this is a love and hate relationship with this franchise. All in all, I really enjoyed the older games, the 2D games specifically, but I'm not so much in love with how KOF 15 looks. Scenarios for me look a little empty. The characters look okay. I mean, the important thing I think it's that they play well, of course. But here's the thing, I like comparing it to Guilty Gear Strive, comparing it to Mortal Kombat 11, it feels kind of dated and janky, so I'm hesitant, cautiously optimistic over this. Total War Warhammer, just a friendly reminder, not a huge fan of this one because I haven't tried them all, but I know there are some hardcore fans over there, including Henry Cavill, that are waiting for this strategy games developed by this awesome studio that create Total War franchise. And after that, the day after, Horizon the Forbidden West. Oh yeah, this franchise, well, now a franchise. The previous game, Horizon Zero Dawn, it's probably my favorite new IP on PlayStation. I really love the idea of a post-apocalyptic, like it's over post-apocalypse, now a new story, like a new Eden, like starting all over Earth with mechanics and robots trying to rebuild the planet after we destroy it somehow, and you as a person that doesn't know anything of your past, you try to figure out what the hell is going on. And I really dig up all this. I kind of worried that it might be another origin story similar to this thing that happened to Tomb Raider reboot. So, but other than that, I think that mechanics look fantastic. You can swim underwater, of course, and you can grapple, paraglide similar to Breath of the Wild's Link, and you can just grab a cable and all. Like, it looks fantastic. I'm also worried as well that it will be releasing on PlayStation 4 as well, because usually cross-gen releases are coming up with this baggage of looking good, but not enough because you still have to look good for the previous generation. But let's see how it goes. Hey, just a quick update in regards of PS4 and PS5 pricing variations. So, as most of us know, Sony had an agreement on giving both versions of Horizon Forbidden West at no additional fee. Either you get it on PS4 or PS5, you'll get both versions respectively. That said, if you purchase the game on PS4, you will receive both versions for $59.99. However, it's not the same for PS5 owners that wanted to purchase on PS5, since you will only see a $69.99 price cap. Yeah, it's kind of a tricky purchase if you ask me. So, for all folks, I'd simply recommend purchasing the game on a PS4 console or find the $59.99 version on web browser or on a PlayStation app to get it both versions for cheap. So Martha is dead. Definitely one of these hidden... It might become one of these hidden gems that nobody played because of the time that it's been released. But this game is like a narrative adventure, survival horror, psychological thriller experience, you call it, about two twin sisters on a historical period, specifically World War II. So one of these is dead, spoilers, and the other one came from a German from a German family, and you have to face all these traumas in the last year of the events in Italy, you know. So it's like, if you hear about it, if you see it, you can feel that it's going to be I hope this will be this type of game that you can finish in one sitting. More games needs to be like that because, you know, lack of time or something. But I mean, it looks fun. It looks interesting. It looks that it has something to tell us. So, Grid Legends. Okay, so this is a hit or miss, definitely. Codemasters, already owned by Electronic Arts. This will be their first game, I believe, to be released, being EA a publisher, you know. So Grid is this kind of a genre. Of course, Codemasters is one of the best developers in the racing genre, with Dirt, with Grid, with Onrush, by the way. But it has like a story mode similar to Alex Hunter or similar to older Need for Speed games, and I don't feel it. There's something in it that I really don't like, and it's a really tough choice to pick because Forza Horizon 5 it's already out and on Game Pass, and Gran Turismo 7 it's pretty much 2 weeks away. So I don't know. I might be cautiously optimistic, but please give it a try. And the next day, of course, my most anticipated game, definitely Elden Ring. I'm a huge fan of From Software games. I've been reviewing them in my past magazine, Style Game Atelier, and I keep talking about it a lot for a while. Elden Ring must be considered like this third-person action RPG, pretty much based on dragons and knights, fantasy genre, pretty much different to Bloodborne's vampires and werewolves, you know? So, a lot of things to say. First, it feels like a revamped version over Dark Souls 3, over Bloodborne, of course, but this time it will include open world elements. You can have a horse or a monster, whatever you're into, to ride this open world, which is fantastic because most of these From Software games are usually dungeons where you crawl under or upwards, and there are no giant spaces to travel, you know. Sekiro did that a bit, and speaking of that, they are pretty much introducing jumping with your horse and jumping with your character, which is, if you think about it, it's one of the most underrated mechanics. Like, Yeah, Sekiro does an excellent job by implementing combos with jumping and roping and grabbing your enemies in the air. So I'm pretty excited which type of attacks or combinations or yeah, spells you can do with this. The story sounds very similar to Dark Souls, honestly, but I really like that you have to dig by yourself this story. You have to investigate. You have to make your own mind that the things that you see, but they are not exactly like that, and there's a lot of political and cultural elements. Of course, there's George R. Martin participating here and Miyazaki's latest effort. And one thing that really caught my eyes is the amount of people that never tried any From Software game and they're eager to try this one. Please stick with this one, give it a try and make your own mind. Like if you love it, this type of games, it's you love it or hate it. That's it. But yeah, eager to play this with friends and alone. And the same day, Koei Tecmo has the guts to release an action RPG. Atelier Sophie 2, The Alchemist of Mysterious Dreams. For those that don't know, Atelier is this franchise. It's pretty old. It's about 25 years, I guess. That it's RPG. It started like a turn-based, but it became like action RPG with chemistry elements all around, which beautiful art direction and very empathetic characters. This time we're going to be a different character, different as Risa, which became widely popular on PlayStation and Switch. And yeah, what a cool time to release. Good luck with that one. Of course, there are a lot of fans over there that will going to either purchase this one or play both games on the same day. So yeah, that will be it. I am putting my top list over here. Of all these games, let me know in the comments which ones will be your favorites, which ones caught your eye. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you. I hope you get enough time to play all this because, again, February is packed, and I'm glad for that. So, see you until the next time.